Hello, welcome to another episode of Black Ice 73. I'm Black Ice 73. I'm about to talk about our least favorite subject that is the popular subject, Covid-19. Covid-19, I'm going to read to you some of this article, what's going on. But I'm going to say like I've been saying for the last month and a half before a lot of people jumped on this Covid-19. I'm glad they are. I'm glad they are talking about it now. But for a whole month, shit, 2 months, damn near 2 months, the media wasn't focused on this COVID-19. They're too busy focused on, goddamn it, impeachment of President Trump or some kind of bogus crap. They were so caught up in the big story of impeachment and let this COVID-19 just slip through the cracks. Slip through the cracks until it started hitting the shores of this great country of North America. Well, great continent of North America. Yeah. So, now, I listened to a show on one of these sports talk radio. They were talking about this morning about how COVID-19 might affect the NCAA tournament. You know, I talked about that last time I talked about the COVID-19. So, y'all should know what I'm talking about. Then they were talking about how players they asking some of the sponsors, asking some of the teams, could the players playing in empty arenas? They talking about real looking to it. So you know, real looking to it mean, man, ain't we lose all that money? Are y'all crazy? If I were to walk in there with a mask on, you ain't got your mask on, that's your problem, not our problem. I'm gonna move my microphone up just a little bit. Oh yeah, trying to be a little more professional. I want to buy a better tripod, bought a microphone. You know, just trying to look a little more professional instead of going live all the time. You know, cause this video camera don't support live like I wanted to. Okay, have like doing big old pause between the talking and my mouth moving and stuff. Even though this do have the same, but anyway. So here goes some of this article right here. I'm gonna give a shout out to the people who article I'm using. This is the New York Times. This article right here is the New York Times. This is supposed to be a live update right here. It said in the United States, Wall Street suffered the worst day in more than a decade on Monday, adding to the loss in recent weeks that have exploded some $5 trillion in stock market worth. But European markets on Tuesday morning showed signs of stabilization. And Wednesday's Wall Street futures were also pointing to a rebound. President Trump is expected to unveil measures today extended to provide the stimulus to the economy. Among them possible to a cut to payroll tax to provide some form of relief to people who live paychecks to paycheck. He should have been doing that. Shit, that me. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I am. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I need it. Get the dollar. Cut payroll taxes. In the payroll taxes. In it. God damn it. I want my money. You know, also Donald they were talking about cutting Social Security. I just want to know if they cut Social Security. I just want my refund for all the money that I don't put in through Social Security. Give it to me. Or leave it alone. But living paycheck to paycheck and from whom taking time off work because of illness or to monitor the possibility of exposure to the virus could mean financial ruins. And another thing too, I know I mentioned last time in my other video, and I was saying, for people like myself who work on a job that I need to be there, and you know how they're saying people need to stay home if they feel ill and stuff. But the job I have, the place I work, staying home, feeling ill is accountability. You're gonna get counted for that. So if I stay out, like I stayed out last month because I was sick, and they ain't have enough protective PTO to cover me. So I got 3 points. And with the new things we have, you can't get but 6 points. And it's no guarantee. I'm gonna ask when I go back to work Friday. What is the standard for if we come in contact with somebody with COVID-19? Do we automatically get leave, or do we have to suffer through it? I need to find out, because you know this is something that's not being discussed for the people who got to be at work. I don't have no job that I can work from the computer or work from home. So we need to discuss this. We need to have a general meeting soon. I'm not gonna call my company name out because my company is just paying me to work. They ain't paying me to advertise. Y'all kiss my butt, man. Y'all can kiss my butt. I ain't getting paid to advertise. Nobody ain't paying me to advertise, so I ain't really shout my company name. And I can't even get these food to. I'll take that back. Some people are at my job have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I sure appreciate them. But there's so many hundreds of people that work at that job having to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't get it. I'm likable. Like me. But back to that. But for real though, we do need to have that conversation. I know I have 2 managers that subscribe to me. So we need to have that conversation. Y'all need to go to the general manager, and we need to have that conversation. What is the actions that are going to be taking place if somebody get ill from COVID-19? Are they going to be held accountable and lose their job? We need to have that discussion. They said investors' percentage that the Trump administration was bangling in the effort to combat the virus have fed fear that the American economy will tilt into recession and to the deepening sense of anxiety worldwide. There's more than 114,000 cases of infection have been reported globally, and more than 4,000 people have died. But the numbers tells only a slice of the story. And I still think more than 4,000 people have passed away, because China is not releasing all their numbers. You can't tell me 70,000 plus people just in their country have passed away, and the number is, 70,000 plus people have been affected by that virus. And just what they said, 2.9% of the people passed away. I think China's fudging the numbers, dog. I keep saying it. China is fudging the numbers. So we can't, I won't take the numbers that China releasing serious. Just like they say they can't take Iran numbers serious. I'm not taking China numbers serious. Dead ass. I'm telling you straight up. I don't care. I'm using slang. Y'all kiss my butt. I don't trust China numbers. The speed with which the virus is spreading has left public health officials rushing to catch up. The New York State announced its first case only a week ago. Now with more than 140 confirmed cases. Did you hear what I just said, man? Did you hear what I just said? In 1 week, the state of New York have had 1 case. A week later, 140 cases. And then they said 1,000 find themselves under self-isolation orders. often with little guidance as to what that means. It's 140 confirmed cases. Could be more, but they don't have the test right now. They don't have the test that's being issued out right now. You got 350,000 people in the United States, but it's saying when they do release the new tests, it might be go up to 500,000 or 700,000. You know, so it's a lot of people walking around with COVID-19 undiagnosed. And they're going to work. And you're going to tell the person, like you said, paycheck to paycheck. You're going to tell the person paycheck to paycheck to stay at home, not knowing they're going to lose their job or not. Not knowing they're going to get approved for a leave, for being leave or absent. You're going to tell them to stay at home? No, those people are going to work. If they find out they got COVID-19 later on, shit, everybody else got it. But they can't just take the days off. They can't just stay at home just because y'all say stay at home. That's some dumb billionaire and millionaire junk. You know what I'm saying? That was a billionaire and the millionaires can do. Just stay at home. Or people who working for, office job. But you just can't tell people just to stay at home. He said hospitals across the United States have already reported shortage of crucial types of respiratory masks. There was over 700 confirmed cases nationally in the United States. 700 confirmed cases. But officials cautious that the number was likely to be higher, as delays in tests have shown effort to get more completed pictures. In the scramble to take precautionary measures, cases of infection left office empty, including the NATO headquarters in Brussels and common workspaces in Sicily Valley. Common workplaces at Silicon Valley, California. Our workers were told to stay home. See, the people right there work for social media company and technology company. They can stay home. But the people who up in them warehouses and people up in the stores and the doctors, the nurses, the dentists, lawyers, police officers, you get the point. They just can't stay home. Spain, which had more than 1,200 cases, announced that schools in Maria area will be closed, adding 1.2 million children to the 300 million whose education has already been disrupted worldwide. And then they talking about news articles talking about how a lot of these parents are struggling worldwide because they can't leave their children at home. They got young children. They have to use leave. They have to use paid time off, and they running out of paid time off to stay home with their children. Ain't too many people. I don't care where you at in the world. Ain't too many people have 2 weeks of paid time leave off, and you can just say, "I'm gonna take these 2 weeks off and stay home with my children." It sounds good on paper, it sounds good on TV, but you just can't do that. And y'all need to be, the people who saying this stuff need to get the realization how the world move. This is a small percentage of people working in the office. Doing building. We all don't have these corporate jobs that allow you to work from home. We don't. So you're going to have people losing their job, or you're going to have people who going to have to make the decision to leave their doing 5 or 6-year-old or 7-year-old at home by themselves because they don't have nobody to babysit. They're going to have to leave them at home hoping they don't go outside or open the door for nobody, or start a fire and they get killed inside, then they get charged for murder. for leaving leaving their children at home, hoping the neighbors don't tell on them because the children are home, and their child get taken from them. Y'all don't see. This is why we don't need all these older people in charge of the world. Because most of the time, these older people, their family, their children are grown. They think about, they ain't thinking about the people who got children who still in adolescent, still in primary school. They ain't thinking about that. Thank you for listening to my rant. But I'm dead serious though. I'm serious. Okay, they said the list of events being canceled also grow daily. With the St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin, joining scores of concerts and book fairs and business conferences. But the global count of at least 114,000 cases also include more than 64,000 people who have recovered, according to Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. There's going to be a lot of people losing money, not even counting the stock. But these St. Patrick events, all around the world, like in Georgia, in Savannah, Georgia, they have a big thing every year for St. Patrick's Day. But if places like that start getting affected, there's going to be a lot of vendors, a lot of restaurants, a lot of hotels. When we talk about stuff, we got to talk about the convenience store, the gas station that get the gas. It'd be a whole lot of people being affected. There's a whole lot of people being affected about events like that being canceled. Cause I know in my hometown, a lot of people drive that doing 3.5 hour, 4 hour trip just to go down there and walk the street drinking green beers and getting drunk. Yeah, I said drunk instead of drunk. Yeah, but there's a lot of people gonna lose a bunch of money who rely on events like St. Patrick's Day and these vendors for ball games and stuff like that. There's a lot of things. A lot of people gonna lose money, their livelihood. They already don't pencil this in. They already don't pencil this in as they economic for the year. In China, where the virus was first detected late last year, the numbers of new infections continue to wane. I tell you, the numbers of affected in China is just not being released. They need to stop reporting this junk, man. It's so freaking stupid to keep reporting. They can't even get information out of China of who are these people hacking the system and still doing top secret information. And you gonna believe them saying these people ain't getting sick or these people ain't dying? Come on, y'all don't even trust these people. And y'all gonna trust the numbers they releasing. It's idiotic, man. Come on, United States. Who? For people who don't know who is, World Health Organization. CDC, stop believing this darn crap China releasing. Stop it. Damn it. Just like I'm your parent right now. Stop believing that shit. China ain't releasing the correct information. Y'all think they are. Come on. President Xi sought to demonstrate how the country was recovering by visiting the hardest hit city, Wuhan. But they said the real test will come when the travel restrictions are lifted in the region. Only then will it be clear whether China has managed to get control over the spread of the virus or simply earn a temporary reprieve. China, they said the president going to Wuhan, but how many people are going to come in contact with Wuhan? You know, when this virus first hit, that man, he came germophobic. He didn't want to touch none of these people. Y'all gonna believe that? They said the coronavirus is now present in every country in the European Union, health officials said on Tuesday. It said France, Germany, Spain continue to see the biggest surge in new infection, with each country confirming more than 1,200 cases. But the measures taken by the bloc member states to contain the virus vary from country to country. The Czech Republic announced that all schools aside from university will close starting on Wednesday. They said they quote, "We may decide on additional emergency measures later." That was Prime Minister for Czech Republic said. I can't pronounce that man's name. It's like Andra Babis. Said in a statement on Tuesday. He quote, It is necessary to take action at the start of the epidemic," he added. The Spanish government stepped up its efforts to contain further by closing all educational centers in Madrid region, from nursery school to university. The measure means that more than 1.25 million students will have to stay at home. The school closing, which have also affected Victoria, the capital of Basque region, another epicenter of the coronavirus, will most likely force parents to work from home to look after their children. A spokeswoman for the national government of Madrid, Marie Jesus Matar, said in a radio interview on Tuesday. She quote, "Families who need support or specified help would get it," Mrs. Matar said, without specifying how. In Poland, schools in Poznan, a city in west of the country, were ordered closed after a case of infection was discovered. Swimming pools and other public places was also to be shut for 2 weeks. Free. I'm sorry about that. I messed around and hit the wrong thing and lost my darn play. You know how the little apps just pop up on the thing? So my big old fingers like bloop, hit one of them darn things, and once they took me to the app store. But I'm about here. Okay. She said family in Poland school. That said swimming pools and other public places was also to be shut for 2 weeks, starting on Wednesday. Across the continent, countries stepped up travel regulations and guidelines. Australia on Tuesday barred travelers from Italy without their health certification for coming in the country. They said travel from the worst affected places, including Italy. People entering the country from highly affected areas would be put in a mandatory 14-day quarantine. The authorities in France where 30 people have died and 1,412 have been affected by Tuesday, said that the country was not yet facing an epidemic and was resisting taking the kind of sweeping prevention measures seen in Italy or Japan. They quote, the president of France quote, "We are only at the beginning of the epidemic." The President Emmanuel Macron of France said on Tuesday after visiting an emergency call center in Paris. We have prepared ourselves. He said something like Arnold Schwarzenegger. We have anticipated. We have prepared ourselves. Go on, some of that darn crap. It said passengers aboard the Grand Princess. The cruise ship stranded for days off California, and now docked at the port of Oakland. We expect to start disembarking on Tuesday. They did it yesterday. They will be met by co-workers. They'll be met by workers in protective gears who have been preparing a large-scale quarantine operation for the 21 people affected with the coronavirus, along with thousands of passengers. The crew will remain aboard the ship. Will help back. The crew will remain aboard the ship. Will head back to sea while they complete a 14-day quarantine. The outbreak on the ship was just one of many fronts in the battle to slow down the spread of the virus across the United States. Monday was the seventh consecutive day with more than diagnosed than the previous day. The national total of infection surpassed 700, contributing to the cancellation of mass gatherings like the St. Patrick's Day parade in Boston, the closing of classrooms and self-quarantine by members of Congress and the commander of American force in Europe. But the United States officials have not yet talked about locking down the whole cities, as China and Italy have done. They quote, "I don't think you want to have folks shutting down cities like in northern Italy. We are not at that level." End quote. That was Dr. Anthony S. Fauci, the leader of American experts on infectious diseases, said in an interview. Social distancing, like in Seattle, is the way to go. Then it's on Tuesdays. Alright, done it. This on Tuesday, schools in Fulton County, which serve the Atlanta suburb, will be closed because of employee test positive. Let me plug up this battery real quick. I should have plugged this up in the beginning. But to my haste, I just wanted to start a video. But it's not going to take long to plug it up. I don't edit. I want you to see the real time of my big old head and all that stuff. Okay, I'm not a professional video person. I'm sitting here editing and all that kind of stuff. It's like, you show real time. You show all the doing stuff that you're doing. That's how I feel. But they say on Tuesday, schools in Fulton County, which serve the Atlanta suburbs, will be closed because an employee tested positive. Elsewhere. God damn, can I say it? Elsewhere. Ohio State University, Amherst College, the University of California, Berkeley, the New York University have announced plans to suspend in-person classes and move to an online format, joining the growing list of colleges and universities that have taken similar steps. They said buyers move back. Oh, speaking of that, man, I don't have a lot of money in the stock market, man. I don't have it. In the 401k, I don't have a lot of money there. You know, you go through my job. But God done, I'm losing money, man. I keep losing money. I checked my 401k. I'm like, damn it. I just lost some more money. God. Yeah, I'm thinking about just going ahead and taking money out. I'm tired of losing money. I'm trying to hang strong, because it said, so-called experts say, hang strong. Ain't gonna be too long. Don't panic. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Where's this money going? Did they ever tell you that? You know how they say your 401k and all that stuff, you're losing money? Where did that money go? Please tell me. Somebody tell me where this money go. Cause God done it. Y'all ain't tell me where the money go. Y'all know where the money go? Who's taking it? Who we losing it to? Something, it's fishy. It is very, very fishy. Fishy. Goldfish fishy. By the ocean fishy. Out the sea fishy. It's fishy. As a buyer moved back into the markets on Tuesday, a day after the coronavirus or COVID-19, and the battle among the world's biggest oil producers shook the global financial scene. So, Russia and Saudi Arabia, they got the battling for oil prices. They scared the shot. They scared them. They said the barrel of oil like $31 a barrel or something like that. They shook the world. Other countries like the United States, brand, wreck, all that stuff. Like, oh my God, why they doing this? Why they dropping the barrel? Why they dropping the prices so low? What they doing? They can't compete. We're not gonna do this. So boom, that what happened yesterday. That's on Wall Street. The S&P 5 rose more than 3%, rebounding from the steepest decline in more than a decade. European stocks also climbed, with many index more than 2% higher, and Asian market rose as well. Stocks were somewhat value after President Trump on Monday night said he would work with the Congress on measures to help the economic aims signs of the worsening outbreak in the United States. But the gain did not come close to making up for the global plunge on Monday. The S&P 500 fell nearly 8% on Monday. It's the sharpest daily decline since December 2008. In Asia and Europe on Monday, some of the biggest financial changes flirted with a cross into bear market territory. Investors still showed plenty of signs of nervousness on Tuesday, which is today, March the 10th, 2020. Yield on the United States government debt rose slightly but remained close to record lows. The price of oil, which has slumped by quarters on Monday, rose more than 7% on Tuesday, with futures tracking the price of Brent crude trading about $36.85 a barrel. Like I said, yesterday it dropped down to $31 a barrel. Now it rose up to $36.85 a barrel. But with the people in the oil field, they want to at least be about $50 to $70 a barrel. So yeah, they really care about money. That's all. But the reason they did it, a lot of people they're not saying it because they're losing a lot of money from the airliners and cruise ship, and cause as you know, if you be looking at the news, it seems like every damn channel, everybody telling, stop going on cruises, stop taking cruises, stop, cancel your cruise, reschedule your cruise. Hey, the people who saying it must don't have no darn stocks or no financial interest in the cruise market, in the cruise ship market. Cause if they would, they wouldn't tell you to stop. Cause airplane prices, flights, man, they've been having flights at record numbers cheap. I mean, it's cheap. Like $130 round trip from New York to Miami, and it's like prices is crazy. They don't drop a lot of flight. Delta and American Airlines, they dropped the prices. It's a late Monday. Prime Minister ordered the most severe nationwide limit of travel in Europe adopting the playbook used by China to contain the virus. They said which prime minister? They just said prime minister. But they said, but with more than 9,000 cases of infections and nearly 500 deaths, action was needed. Oh, they're saying wrong. But I guess, I don't know. The travel was allowed for work, for health reasons, for trips to buy food and other supplies. But the police can impose penalties if the rules are broken. The Italian news agent ANSA reported online up to an hour to enter the supermarket in Naples on Tuesday morning, with problems by mandating that people stand about 3 feet apart. I like that rule because I don't like people being up on me at the supermarket anyway. The supermarket. At the supermarket for real though. I don't like people being up on me like, back up, dude. Woman, why y'all so damn close? Bump against me, I'm punch you. I'm gonna be like the baby. You bumped me, man. I had to hit you. They said the Italian national health system geared for an upsurge in critical cases, and the national procurement agents moved to buy equipment for thousands of new intensive care beds. The deputy economic minister told a radio program that payment on mortgages for individuals and households will be suspended throughout Italy. Wow, that's a big jump right there. Y'all, they gonna just stop, like say, hey, y'all ain't got to pay no mortgage or nothing for right now. You know what? That's not gonna happen at? It's not gonna happen in the United States. They ain't gonna tell you not to pay no mortgage or anything for right now. No, they ain't gonna tell you not to pay no car notes right now. No, they want the bills to keep coming. They want you to pay. If they don't, they gonna mess up the credit report. Gonna mess it up. Yeah, will be suspended. The measure is like to be part of the fiscal package to bolster the economy that the government is expected to discuss further on Wednesday. They said medical researchers said that 550,000 people currently homeless across the United States are more susceptible to contracting disease caused by the coronavirus because of cramped quarters and shelters and sharing the utensils and the lack of hand washing stations on the street. Chronic homeless people often have underlying medical conditions and lack the uh, health care, meaning that once infected, they are far more likely to get sick or die. One study last year found that 30% of the homeless people had chronic lung disease. We should be very worried, said Dr. Cho, an infection doctor specialist in Seattle, which had high rates of homelessness. So far, none of the more than 100 confirmed cases in Washington state has been among the homeless population. There's several cities in California have a large homeless population that are vulnerable for the outbreak, as do Austin, Texas, Phoenix, Portland, Oregon, and Washington, D.C. The officials in New York City, which has the largest homeless population in the country, issued an 11-page document instructing shelters to screen people for symptoms and to quickly identify and isolate those who have contracted the virus as much as possible. So they want the people at the homeless shelter to monitor and isolate them. But what kind of protected PPE they got for them? Cause if they do all that, they got to expose themselves to the same old virus and take it home to their family and friends. It's under a single tent in downtown San Diego. One shelter sleep more than 300 people. The majority of them older than 50. Number of bunk beds are spaced just 2 feet apart. They quote, we're just saying our prayers, said Bard McRory, the head of the shelter. If it get in here, it will be a disaster. Mm-hmm. It sure would. Hey, I don't know y'all can see the picture. Nope. You can't come in clear. But that's the picture of the president of China in Wuhan. That's the picture I was trying to show you of the president of China in Wuhan, who said the numbers are down, but he still got his PPE out. His face still covered. And then the picture they're showing is like he in a ballroom with him and just his security people and military. And they are spaced. They are spaced. When I say they are spaced, they can reach their arms out and they won't be able to touch each other in them pictures. Nobody close to the president of China. As China leader toured Wuhan on Tuesday. Reason they saying toured on, like I said, it's like 13 hours ahead of us. So it might be 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in China. They say he visited the center of global Covid-19 epidemic for the first time since the outbreak began. The outbreak started in December, and the president of China just visited in March. And they said the outbreak is under control. Don't believe that, man. It's foolery. It's foolery. It's taking 2 months to get to the country. Get down to Wuhan, get to the city, and then you still wearing your face mask. But you said the numbers under control. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Wearing a blue mask, the president stopped short of declaring victory. But his visit in Wuhan was clearly intent to send a powerful signal that the government believed the worst of the national emergency could soon be over in China, just as other countries are being struck by their own outbreaks. After the echo of the message, some cities, even the surrounding province of Hubei, announced plans to loosen some of the most screenless, limited, impossible of millions of people. The president flew into Wuhan in the morning and raced through several sites in a deeply traumatized city of 11 million people who have remained largely under lockdown for nearly 7 weeks. The city and the surrounding province of Hubei have accounted for all but 112 of the 3,136 deaths in mainland China. Hubei and Wuhan have been the very most deceived battleground in the struggle to contain the epidemic, the president said, according to an account of his remark, the official news agents. But isn't it ironic that the president of China is visiting Wuhan when 11 million people is on lockdown and they pretty much got the city to themselves? They go inside buildings, the buildings is basically empty. So showing the strength of China recovery. Shit, I'll walk through the door and building myself. If the building been scrubbed down and it's empty, Who you coming in contact with besides your Secret Service and the military people? Come on, man. Y'all keep on believing China you want to. Be a fool, be a fool. Keep on being a fool. They say he stopped at a community center where he met with party volunteers on the sidewalk and a hospital specially built in a matter of days in February to treat thousands of the epidemic victims. An achievement of the government have repeatedly touted as evidence of the ability to marshal resources in a crisis. His trip is sure to be seen as a sign that China leaders believe that the series of restrictions the lockdown of hundreds of millions of people starting in late January has brought outbreaks under control. But like I just said, the man walking around in a blue mask with the darn city pretty much on house arrest. That's not a sign that this junk under control. It's just a sign that it's easier for him to walk through the streets right now. That was a sign of. I'm sorry that my videos be so lengthy. I'm sorry for it, but I got things to say about this. You know, we need to explain. We need somebody to talk. I don't have no commercial breaks. You know, I'm talking. Let you know what's going on. And I think Wuhan, the president of Z, or whatever his name is, for the crowd right now. It said drive-through testing facilities pioneered in South Korea have popped up across the United States to subsidize the hospital effort. In New Hampshire, a mobile medical truck was set up in an airport hangar last week to provide testing for people who might have come in contact with two hospital employees who recently tested positive for the COVID-19. The University of Washington School of Medicine also set up a drive-through clinic last week to test for the coronavirus, which has caused the death of at least 20 deaths and a dozen of infections in the Seattle area. 20 people have died in just Washington State from COVID-19. The university has turned one of its hospital garages into a clinic that allows people with ties to the university to get tested without leaving their cars. This is a totally new concept which came out of a meeting discussing the ways of safety testing patients rapidly and to make it convenient for the patients, said Dr. or the medical director of infection prevention and employee health at the Northwest Hospital in Seattle. He quote, "We conducting a widespread testing to keep staff healthy and make sure not to spread to vulnerable patients." The testing clinic serves 40 to 50 staff members per day who have symptoms of the COVID-19, including the dry cough, fevers, or shortness of breath. They are tested for COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus, as well as influenza A and B and RSV, a common respiratory virus that usually causes cold-like symptoms. And then another thing, like I said in a previous video too. Remember I told y'all they let all these people come back and they just flashing the little screaming gun at them. They now saying, "Oops, I think we made a mistake. That out of all the people we've been screaming, I think we just got one person because the fever is not being shown. Like, oh, they didn't have signs of it, but later on, they got signs of having COVID-19. Yup, they said, oops, we made a mistake. My bad. My bad. No, they said my bad. My bad. I'm gonna play this short 5-minute video right quick. Coming from ABC.
Some banks, it seems like they're going at the speed of yesteryear.
You gotta wait now until the commercial over with. In about 3 minutes it'll be over with. Wow. Just play the commercial. I don't know what happened to the video. The video just disappeared on me. Let me see where it play now. Nope, they're playing a little stupid commercial again. It might work this time. I hope it worked this time. Because nope. ABC just been a butthole. Not even let me like not doing ABC. No, I don't look at ABC. I ain't even read the article. Because the person who was getting ready to speak was the Surgeon General of the United States. I don't want to read what he said. I want him to say it in his own words. God damn it. Let me see what this autoplay right here. Nope. Another commercial right now. Let me see how the commercial go. If it don't play, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. But let's see how the commercial go. Let me see how this with the video play. Okay.
Coronavirus outbreak, but before its citizens went into hiding, it was a busy city in the heartland of China. Wuhan is a second-tier city and the capital of central China's Hubei province. It's comparable to the U.S. cities of Pittsburgh or Chicago. Like Pittsburgh, Wuhan is a post-industrial steel town that reinvented its economy with tech and medicine. Both cities are at the intersection of major rivers and attract a lot of college students. Like Chicago, Wuhan is a major transit hub. It has the largest inland port in China, handling 1.5 million containers a year. The city is also connected to major cities like Shanghai and Beijing by the high-speed bullet train. But Wuhan's population is way bigger than Chicago's and Pittsburgh's. The megacity has nearly 11 million people, about 36 times the number in Pittsburgh. Wuhan is even more populous than New York City. Before the coronavirus outbreak, Wuhan's economy thrived. Its GDP quadrupled from 2007 to 2017. Wuhan has long been one of China's automotive hubs. Honda, Nissan, Peugeot, Citroën, and General Motors have major operations there. Wuhan is also known for producing many of the LCD and OLED panels for flat-screen TVs and computers, and for its advanced chip fabrication plants. Additionally, the city receives a lot of investment from France. It's pretty clear that the economic impact of the coronavirus epidemic will be felt in China and around the world.
Yep. Most of our done stuff come from China. Even the done diseases come from China. We need to done cut China off. I was looking at an article the other day, yesterday, matter of fact. They were talking about why do all the new diseases come from China. They were talking about SARS and a bunch of other diseases. They say all of it come from China. Cause China be making these dirty bombs and stuff. China be making stuff that's gonna affect the whole population. And sometimes the people working on it just bring it out the lab and there you go. The world, it ain't Houston we got a problem. It's the world. You got a problem, world. Everybody said, thank you, China. in a very sarcastic way. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Like, hit the dislike button. Hit the notification bell and share. I prefer you to tell people also, you know, just the word of mouth. I know that's a lost art right now, but tell people like, hey, check out Black Eye 73. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.